Good morning, Yorkshire Classic Cars Ltd fans, and welcome to another beautifully sunny and fresh day. And when I say fresh, I mean bordering on Baltic day in sunny old Retford. Should have my hat on, but put it in my shoppings. Never mind. Okay. Welcome to another update in the old workshop. You can probably see behind me, lots of things have changed. I am currently working on the Vega. Okay. Now got everything, I think. It's really fought me every step of the way, pretty much. The problem with changing for a later engine is lots and lots of things are different. And although it's not a huge amount of time, it does keep stopping you, if you like. So those issues are just a bit of a pain in the backside. However, they are all sorted now, I think. I've got oil cooler for the oil cooler pipes because I had to move that oil cooler line. The prop shaft has been made and delivered, so that's all ready to go. And it's rocking and rolling. Outside, just awaiting to be picked up, is this beautiful little MG Midget. I've covered the number plate because I haven't actually asked him yet if I can put this on social media. So to be fair, you may never actually see this, but I really like this car. Very clean little car. Came in for a carb setup, which I'm doing a video on, assuming he allows me to put it on social media. Of course, I always ask just to be on the safe side. It's a little bit dirty at the moment, purely because I had to road test it and it's been a bit wet and muggy. I have waited and tried to do it in the dry. However, you have to take what you get this time of year. Biggest issue was you get it warmed up, take it down the lane, and it cools down again. So then you need the choke on to bring it back. So setting the mixtures with a little bit of a gamble. It cut out and let him down, and lots of other little pains in the backside, but nothing super major wrong with it. Just lots and lots of little things that took some finding. It's still on points. It's still on twin SUs. But yeah, it's a really clean fawn interior, really tidy. Obviously, it's been restored. Really clean little car. I like that a lot. I love that colour. It's very similar to a Tahiti blue Mini. I used to have Mini Clubman. Under the bonnet, I've left it unclipped for you. He says, try and get the safety catch with one hand. There we go. Under the bonnet is lovely and clean. If you watch the video on me setting up the carbs, if I'm allowed to put that on, setting the mixtures this time rather than just balancing the carbs, you'll see, basically, you can see from here, it's absolutely spotless everywhere. When the owner bought it, it was upstairs and it was basically being displayed. It wasn't being run. So I suspect when they've rebuilt it, they've just put the carbs and the distributor in, but not set the timing and stuff and not set the balance perfectly on the car. They've got it running, obviously, but not finessed it a little bit, which is what I've ended up doing. But yeah, I really like that. I even like the wire wheels on it. Also in here, the SC1's moved. I have started doing little bits on it, but not a huge amount. I think I've shown you that before. We've also got one of these in. Beautiful little Fiat. I remember these coming out when I was a kid. Take you around the other side. When I was a kid, and everybody used to get these confused with a TR7. And they used to call them a Triumph X19 or a TR7 X19. It is a Fiat X19. It's a late-ish car, 85, 86, and it's coming for a number of little difficulties like the other one. Just silly stuff, really, that the owners can't find, really, is the upshot of it. Stuff that just needs a little bit more of a specialist touch. You'll see I've got this part removed here because it has the world's longest speedometer cable. This part was broken. I've repaired that, but the speedo still doesn't work. So I suspect the speedo itself works. So I suspect the speedo cable is broken. However, the speedo cable is bolted on down there, down in the back and beyond. Somebody put the engine and gearbox in the wrong place. It's out back here, and I can't get it loose. It's obviously corroded up over the years, and I'm struggling to try and get the cable off. What I'm hoping is, when this part broke, this plastic section here that goes on the back of the clocks, this is a separate part so that you can feed that on the clocks and then clip this into the actual rest of the speedo cable that goes down here under the car with the water pipes and comes out the back. What I'm hoping is it's allowed this part here to float up a little bit and it's come disconnected with the drive in the gearbox. Worst case scenario is it's lodged, it's stuck in the gearbox and damaged the drive. But either way, I need it out before I can order one if I need one. hopefully, all being well, I'll just be able to put it all back together for them and it'll all work again. But it definitely doesn't work at the moment. Also, sort of, I've bled the clutch and adjusted it a little bit, just to try and remove a crunch on second gear. I think it's a weak synchromesh. If you're very slow changing gear, it seems to go away. But the clutch did need a little adjusting, and the fluid in the clutch just looked awful, quite honestly. So hopefully, all being well, that's sorted that. And then I need to paint under the subframe for them at the back, or the sort of rear suspension and subframe parts. To wit, I need it on the ramp. So what I'm going to do is finish the Vega underneath so it can come down on the floor, and then I can put this up on the ramp and swap places with the Fossil Vega HK500. So yeah, that's the upshot of this week. I'm still on with the Anglia. This one's hopefully leaving next week or the week after I think. Most of the welding is now done. Okay, I've finished all these little bits. I can't remember if I did a video of that, but I finished that. I finished this. Okay, that was a very complicated section there. It was all rotten in the door pillar. I did a video on that corner. As you can see, I've ground it back now and painted it. So if you saw that video, that is now painted. That's just dust on top. This corner, I've painted these, just giving them a quick wash over with some of this weld through primer. Just need to grind that bit back. Don't paint it until it's absolutely finished. Purely because then you know you've still got to work on it. So yeah, that's those. And that's pretty much the update for this week. I'd like to say I've done significant amounts more. But it is only Wednesday. And yes, I am absolutely shattered because I've been coming in at 8 AM and finishing that whenever. So next plan, the MG's leaving today. That one is finished. Vega this afternoon. I will stay until that is put back together underneath, or near as, damn it. Hopefully that shouldn't take too long. Famous last words. Need to get the shifter in. The shifter's down there on the floor. It actually bolts to the gearbox, that shifter. And the gearbox is in, but then you have to choose the position. So I had to put the box in to choose the position. So I'm hoping I don't have to take the box back out. If I do, I do. But there you go. And the X19, well, that should probably be next week. I would have thought sometime next week, and that one will be back to its owners. Whether I can resolve the gearbox crunching or not, I don't know. I need to check the level. It is quite oily under there. So it's obviously had a little bit of a drip over the last 40 years. So, yeah, need to have a look at that. I've got to say, I really do like it. You know, I was never that big a fan of these when they were out originally. We thought they were very futuristic and great, but then I preferred the TR7. But now look at this, and having driven it, it really is nice. Comparable to a TR7 to drive as well, ironically, even though the engine's in a different place. 1.5, 1498, 5-speed box, drives beautifully. The only thing I struggle with are the pedals are really close together, like on a Citroen. I used to have a Citroen Saxo, and the pedals are really close together. And you know, having feet that wide, I used to manage to clout the other pedals. So finding the brake pedal is a bit of a gamble if you need it in a hurry. But yeah, really like that one. Right, so that's it for this week. Obviously, it's Christmas. It's quieter at Christmas time, allegedly. I have another one coming in, another stag coming in. Don't know if it's going to be before Christmas or not, but hopefully it will. I can do that over Christmas. I have a few days off over Christmas, but my girlfriend has to go into work, so I have to stay at home. But when I get bored, so I come into work. Capri has got its prop shaft on now. So if you care anything about the Capri, the catch tank, I stuck a little bit of black 2-pack on it the other day. I was testing my gun. It's spitting quite badly, and I don't know why. Which is, yeah, a bit of a pain in the backside. But for an oil catch tank, it doesn't matter. But that's the oil catch tank, the puke tank in there. Managed to buy some plug leads, and remarkably, they're golf plug leads, and they seem to fit beautifully with a little bit of fan dangling. A few of the other little things are getting sorted out, things like connections for nitrous solenoids and stuff. Basically, I wasn't on with the nitrous, but yesterday, all my nitrous solenoids fell off the top of my cabinet. So I dug them out and thought, you know what, I ought to get those mounted up, because when it does come to starting the engine, they're going to have to be done anyway to plug off the fuel line. So yeah, that's all that's happened with that, nothing else. But the clutch works. That's a bonus. Right, so I shall say au revoir. See you again next week or the week after. or whenever I do one of these again. Enjoy. If I don't see you before Christmas, have a great time. Please like, please subscribe. Love you guys.